Hello everyone, my name is Jason and welcome to Jason's Creations. In this video I will be showing you different techniques and tricks that I use when painting my miniatures. Let's get to it. So this is the miniature that I figured we would start with my first video. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up for it. This is a fire giant from the board game Blood Rage. There's the card to it. Just using that as a reference. And let's get started. So first thing that I'm going to want to do is put a base coat on it. This doesn't have to be a primer. I don't usually put primers on it. I wash them sometimes. This one's pretty clean, but let's go ahead and put that base coat on it. Got him pretty much all covered. I chose that color because that's what color he's going to be. And if we missed a spot, that's no big deal. We're going to go back and look for spots later on that we missed, and we'll go over them and get them. Okay, so looks like a lot of his color is that dark gray color and gold. So let's get the gold on him. Yeah, let's get a nice gold on him. Nothing too dark. He's dark enough. Golds are really particular when you're getting gold for painting small. It seems like that the chemicals don't mix the paint very well, so it's pretty hit or miss with a good gold. I've been lucky to go through and get some decent golds. And this isn't easy trying to paint while having a camera right here. How about I just move the camera a little bit? That might... Oh, nope. Right there. This might help out a little bit. Make it a little bit easier for me to paint and to show you guys what's going on. Sorry about that. Let's start painting gold on here. Now, my art teacher would probably smack me if she heard me telling this to people, but I slop my paint on. I like going back and doing details. So for me, the fun of the painting is actually going back and cleaning up the slop, which there is a lot of when I'm done painting different colors. I started this channel for a few people that said that I should, because a lot of people like my paintings, my projects, sorry. So also want to thank you guys for recommending me doing this. I'm not watching where the camera is. I promise everybody that my videos will get better and better. Let's see. I'll get a better camera too. Seems like this gold doesn't want to seat right. Let me mix it a little bit better. All right, there. I think we got a better mix on that gold. Let's see how it. Oh yeah, that's much better. Sorry. Yeah, gold's sticking much better. It probably doesn't look too bad on the camera, but it didn't look the greatest. I wasn't really happy with it. And if you're not happy with your work, you can always, it's paint and it's water, is it water soluble or something? You can take an old toothbrush and run it under some hot water and scrub all that paint off that you don't like. Do it again. Now if you're just starting out and want to learn how to paint but don't want to pay the money for good stuff, I mean, I don't think you should anyway, to start out with, what I would suggest, go to Walmart in their craft aisle and get you a set of paintbrushes and some of their Apple Barn paint in whatever colors you want. Go to maybe the Goodwill or Family Dollar, Salvation Army, something like that, and find knickknacks and start painting on those. Spend about $5, $10, and that'll give you something to start with. Same with parents. If you have children that like to paint or want to learn how to paint, doesn't have to be anything high detail. Not starting out anyway. But for really cheap, you can start learning how to paint these things too. to another color. How about we do the flames on his sword? I want the bottom flames to be yellow. Throw some yellow on there. What I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and do all the flames, a little bit of yellow. Still not far enough away, is it? You guys still are having a hard time seeing, I bet. A little bit of yellow flame down here. Got some yellow there. You guys can see. Now what I'm going to do, as you can see, damn it. You can see there's still The yellow is still a little wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the red and kind of take just a little bit of red, mix it in with that yellow, because the top of my flame is going to be red. So mix it in with that yellow and get an orange effect. See how that works? See how it goes from yellow, a little bit orange, into the red? Still has a little bit of a brighter red to it here and there. Fire doesn't stay just one color all the way through, does it? I'll rinse off my brush. This isn't the easiest thing to do. Trying to keep the camera where you guys can see, and then take the bright red, put it there on the tip, maybe go back here and hit the tip of these a little bit, maybe run a streak through. Kind of have it there, and have it fade a little bit more. See, bring the couple little elements of the yellow up into the orange and red. I like how that turned out. The fire turned out pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to give this guy some black dreadlocks. I think his dreadlocks will look better black. And this just shows that you guys don't have to follow anything, any colors. If I wanted to make him pink, I could have made him pink. It's my fire giant, you know? And that's all you gotta remember. It's your art. It's the way you see it. Alright. I think that black is done for now, until we go back and do some touch-ups. You always gotta do the touch-ups. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the base color that his body is. It's not that color. There's the color. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this on camera. See where his eyes are. I'm gonna get in there. Color that. Here's a base color. That doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna go back and do a bunch of touch up. But you can see that it's a mask, so down in there is an eyeball. Focus. Oh, take my word for it. Down in there is an eyeball, and we're going to end up painting that eyeball. Okay, so we got that down. I'm going to bring out another red, different color red, a darker red, because then we're gonna do his mouth. Okay. Let's show this down his throat, right? We can paint over the teeth because we're going to go back in there and we're going to touch it all up. Looks like he has lipstick on. So we're going to let that dry before we start with anything else. So let's take a break. And we're back. Let's look at what we got here. Yeah, dried up pretty nice. Now, what I plan to do is, I don't know if you can see. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Okay. See this little thing right here? The beads on the end of his hair are skulls. So, we're gonna paint them. got these little horns right here in front of his face. So I'm going to paint those the same color as those skulls. If I can stop shaking. Alright. So I think we're pretty much done with making with the main colors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back and clean it up, get the places that I over painted and other things like that. Let's get them cleaned up. This is going to be a tough one. How does that look? Yeah. Didn't do too bad, did I? Missed a tooth. Yeah. Yeah. Looking good. Now, let's get these little eyeballs. His eyeballs. Smeared a little bit of red on that gold. Let's touch that up a little bit. Alright. Now what do you guys say we wash them? I don't mean with soap and water, of course. Washing is a technique that will fill the cracks with paint. That way it gives your miniature some depth. I think this makes miniatures look so much better. And if you don't buy wash, you can actually make your own wash. A little bit of whatever color paint you want your wash to be, a whole bunch of water, and that's it. Now watch how different this guy will look. You see what that wash does? And if you see how I got a little bit too much in there? Well, I'm going to take what I got left on the brush and go around here. And then I can soak up that. Where you put too much, you can soak it up with your brush. And you see how it brings out all those little details. Let me put a little bit more on my brush. But you see how it gets down inside those little cracks in everything and just pulls that detail out for you. you can use as much or as little as you want. Like I said, I like it because it gives your miniature more depth. You guys able to see a difference? And you know, the more detailed miniatures are, the more this stands out. Now, this is a detailed miniature. I like this miniature. I like these miniatures out of some of these board games. They're really, really detailed. The people that sculpted them did a great job doing it. The miniatures that you can buy for tabletop gaming, like Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer, some of those are pretty good too. War Machine, games like that. I tell you, I think my favorite board game miniatures that I've painted is from the board game Rising Sun. It's got a lot of Japanese mythology in the game, and the monsters and things go along with Japanese mythology. And I had a friend of mine, he had me paint the entire game. Well, not the entire game, just the monsters, but that was fun. It took me about anywhere between 40 and 50 hours to paint all of the miniatures, but they were fun to paint. Very fun to paint. I actually got an award for painting one of those miniatures. I entered in a art contest and I got an award for it. But I think what I'm going to do is probably buy the game and paint the pieces on this channel. If you guys have any suggestions, things that you want to see me paint, or just suggestions on my channel, don't hesitate to let me know. I can take constructive criticism. I already know that might need a new camera. My editing skills probably ain't very good, but I'll figure it out as I go. But I think without the base done, this guy is finished. And since this is my first video, I figured I'd go easy and do an easy miniature. It wasn't the hardest thing to do, but I gotta get used to painting while I'm filming, going around the camera and such. This guy's pretty dark, I guess. I think next time I better make a brighter one. What do you guys think? But yeah, there you go. I hope you learned something today. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, of course. If you liked the video, put a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next trip.